Good evening. Today we are going to see the topic of risk management and under the subject of e-commerce. So today we contents our intro about risk management, privacy, data security, informational risk and business risk, technology risk, technical attacks and marketing failure. See, already we know the introduction part of e-commerce, what is e-commerce and what are the implementation of e-commerce. Now what is the current real-time scenario of e-commerce. So more than that, so this is a process of the e-commerce world. The e-commerce is a selling of products or services on internet. Basically we know that the terms of e-commerce. See, the certain threats and risk arises in the e-commerce. That is some fraud risk. You need to know the secure payment method or verify for your customers' identity and address. Monitors your transaction and inventory and enforce the clear policies and the terms of service like denial of service. You also need to cooperate with the law of informants or some stakeholders to report or resolve the cases. On that time we have certain threats and risk arises in the e-commerce. Here we will come to know that the risk in our side, that is a privacy. What is privacy? So all the things need to offer risk management. It will be a open source. When the particular data is open source, there is no privacy is there. Okay, like that the hackers may steal your card details, might be said to the third party or directly members are easy to get spam. These are all the things under the. So the five basic techniques to avoid this type of risk management is to avoidance or attention or spreading or loss prevention and transfer some confidentiality in the risk. See, in the risk management, we have to know the data security, risk management structure combined with the intelligent and transaction controls will help you avoid the fault related losses, use of fraud and prevention of rules. These are all the number of fraud prevention tools that helps to reduce the risk exposure. Here the data security is to be under the crisis of some integrity, non-repetition, authenticity, confidentiality, privacy and availability. These are all the risk to be intended of the e-security management. Here some of the risk management strategies to need to e-commerce to avoid the non-security items. How? Yes, we will see some of the important things to be discussed now. Understanding the risk in e-commerce business. First of all, we getting into the e-commerce business, we know well, and we have a well understand the e-commerce business scenario. So first of all, understanding risk in e-commerce business and creating a comprehensive risk reduction strategy. Next, utilizing secure payment process and enhancing the cyber security protocols, developing data driven fault detection or strategies, and then establishing strict access controls on sensitive data, or else minimizing the inventory loss and theft. So these are all the risk management under that e-commerce. So we have four types of risk management under the e-commerce. So risk acceptance, risk transference and risk avoidance and risk reduction. These are all the things to be avoided in the informational risk. These are all the things under the pictorial representation of informational risk, the business objective and strategy, and risk appetite and culture, governance of taxonomy, data delivery, and internal controls or measurement like that. So these are all the things to be under vary the measurement of evaluation and scenario of planning the e-commerce. So also we have some of the business risk to be avoided in the e-commerce. So we have some of the principles to avoid some of the business risk. Define the scope of work of a project, or else identify risk as early as possible, identify the opportunity to and assigning the importance to the risk, figure out how to respond to the risk, maintain a risk log and a regularity review of the projects. These are all the e-commerce risk. Or some questions I will arise you, some of the technology risk are arising, e-commerce high risk arising. Okay, is e-commerce high risk is arising as, yes, sometimes it arising. How? The overall e-commerce merchant accounts are considered high risk due to the increasing the risk or fraud, or sometimes a potential to be chargebacks and potential for operating in high risk industry. As a result, commerce merchants may face a higher fees and more strengthened security requirements, which setting a merchant account. So these are all the things under the e-commerce risk, technological risk. And technological attacks like DOS attacks and virus threats, Trojan attack and snapshot spam. These are all the things of technical attacks to be done by some of the hackers. Then marketing failure, the ERM, some of the examples like in the marketing failure is a ERM, how the companies approaches to managing the risk, like practices, policies, framework for how a company handles the variety of risk in e-business phases, like ERM to be prevent in the important, because it helps prevents the losses of unexpected negative outcomes. What is ERM? ERM is called the enterprise risk management. Enterprise risk management. And otherwise, I will arise another question. What is the importance of ERM? In ERM, is a company approach. ERM is a company approach to managing a risk. It is a practices, policies of the framework, or how a company handles a risk or in a business phases. In the ERM is important because it helps the prevent losses or unexpected negative outcomes. So these are all the things under the marketing failure. And then the another question, why ERM is needed? Why ERM is needed? We have benefits of enormous. The ERM can provide the numerous benefits that your business, including first thing, improve the risk management and decision making. ERM can help you identify and prioritize the risk. It could affect your business ability to achieve your objectives. These are all the things under the security, risk security. This information can be enable you to make the informed some decision about managing the risk effectively. The unique benefits of ERM is enhancing the decision